We are back with another course here. So, got Beverly Shores from SlightlySaucy here. Pull up my chat again. Yeah, another top 10 in the CC contest here. So, I know Saucy likes to do a lot of kind of golden age, I don't know what kind of bunker you call it, kind of NGLA adjacent kind of stuff. But again, yeah, back tees, pin 4, medium winds, easy cheater swing. Let's go. Alrighty. So do a quick fly around here once we get loaded in, but I think this is pretty, for those of you that know, definitely very kind of shore acres inspired here. So I didn't even notice. We're teeing off from the putting green. So big city skyline in the back there. Ravine winding through the course here. Just gonna cut through the middle. Yeah. You just go through and stop. Oh, I see. There's little drainage things there. Okay. Yeah. Lots of bunkers. Kind of different little compartments of the course here. Yeah. The ravines are definitely going to be coming into play quite a bit here. I've played this course a couple times as well, so should have some good stuff to say about it. Yep. Cool. And back out here. Alright. Yeah, teeing off from the putting green. This Yep, nice big green, kind of. This isn't the same, but the green side kind of reminds me of like a little bit of the first hole at North Berwick, but not quite. Alright, the tee shot, just hit the fairway at the yardage you want to leave yourself in. Not too much going on. I'll say one thing that's kind of bothered me a little bit is just, it bothered me a couple times, just every time actually I played this road, I'm just like, why didn't we just connect this fairway? There's nothing in the land here that says why that can't be fairway. Just do it. Make the mower's life a little bit easier there. I'll overpower this just a little bit more. Yeah. Got a bit of wind with this. So. Very kind of just gentle handshake opener there. Alright, second hole. Playing along the ravine here as well. Okay. Nice uphill approach, and that's a good way just to. Bunkers are going to frame that nicely, staggered in, so. It's honestly probably my favorite look on the course here. Yeah, I like the second hole. And the green is just simple. Doesn't need to do much, so simple kind of, yeah, back right to front left. Good. Long par 5 now. Ravine again. This one kind of comes out of nowhere, for being honest. And then, yeah, tree lines here as well. I think the tree line could be, I don't know, a little bit more detail put into it. Yeah, it's there. I actually think, yeah, maybe pulling some tree or, yeah, I don't know. Having the trees back a little ways away could have probably improved this hole just a bit as well. So, but yeah, tee shot's good. Obviously, don't want to be down here, but just be a layup from there. Oh. Yeah, small green, simple. Yeah. It's a good hole. It's all very functional for sure. I think at some point here I will actually work on my golf for a bit. We'll see how long default dude lasts for though. Alright. First par 3. Good long one here. Yeah. Green makes sense for a long 3. I think bunkers frame it nicely, so yeah, good hole here. Alright. 5. I don't really love this hole, if I'm being honest. It's bunker, well, this isn't it why, but yeah. Bunkers seem a little small, and just with the shadows, you're just really not noticing them. I think, yeah, they're not really in play, or they're not dictating any decisions, if we're being honest as well. This is a pretty simple, probably layup over them. I have the short driver, so most people are never hitting driver, so this is kind of just like a hit a 3-wood up here and then yeah, that's just kind of a long-ish force carry without anything in between. But, with the wind in my face, I'm just going to partial. It's functional. I don't know. It doesn't really suit my eye, I guess. This course doesn't look anything special. No. Boinsy, you have to publish a course before you're allowed to make comments like that. So. It is, yeah. He at least puts courses out. Yeah. I think Jake's had a lot of like good courses. I don't know if he's had like a full on like total breakthrough course yet, and I know that's potentially pretty frustrating as well. Maybe not having that feedback yet. All right. Yeah. We're starting this fairway like what, 120 yards out. So I know on courses like this you got a lot of just framing bunkers, but these are definitely not in play. I think I'll try to just bring this up once, but for me, I found a lot of the sculpting around the bunkers just a bit distracting. Like, I get it's kind of rough and moundy, but it just with like, you know, the smoother surrounds around it just feels just a bit off, and like it's just like artificially raised around it sometimes as well. I think we've seen this style of bunker done really well before, and this just it's just a bit off for me. Whereas I think sometimes, you know, having some nice smooth sight lines, whereas this is just drawing attention and kind of distracting you from more of the big picture. So I think that's what it is for me. But, yeah. Simple green. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there's any like a huge advantage to like even playing close to the ravine there, so I don't think there's anything that yeah. I don't think bailing out to the safe side of this hole is ever going to leave you an approach shot that you're going to sweat over any more than you actually would from the other side. So, which is fine. Like, you don't always have to. Sometimes you can just have a landform just be a part of the course for the whole on. That's all it has to be. So. Those bunkers are very reminiscent of some bunkers on the first hole at Shore Acres too. So it's a good little nod to pick up. But, and yeah, it's nice that these weren't on the first hole and they're used a little bit differently too. So it's good. Big slopes on the screen. This one does feel like you do want to get closer to that side. I think there's some pins probably on the left of the screen that would benefit an approach from there. But this pin, I don't think it matters as much. Just hit it into the slope and hopefully it'll come back here. There we go. That's nice. Another kind of short mid-length four here. Yeah. Front pin again. Again, just pick a yardage, hit it, and it's a functional hole. I don't know if probably not going to be a super memorable one on this course, but it works. Nothing really offensive, so good to go. Yeah, played this course a few times. I think this is actually like this par 3 a lot. I think there's just a good simplicity to it. I think the land movement is subtle and it works. Just kind of it's not a redan, but there's kind of some parts that you can kind of play it kind of like that, but sightline's really nice. It's kind of uncluttered, the lighting's happening, so I actually like this green too. I think that's a tough pin up there, and then it's fun kind of working your way towards some of these other ones too. So, favorite par 3 on the course. Could have played a little bit shorter with the wind actually. Yep, bit of a longer par 4. Yeah. Again, strategy's pretty clear here. Close to the bunkers, better angle, yada yada. It's also on very flat land here, so I'd say kind of like that hole just before the other one. It's functional. It's not going to be one that people are going to remember too much after their rounds. But it's almost where like maybe a little bit more could have been done with that green. Like it was pretty. Just felt like a simple kind of tiered, 2-tier green where that's sometimes something you can do on the land where it's less interesting. That's where you can kind of go wild and build a crazy green or something. So. Punch ball here. Yeah. Nice simple corridor, just kind of bending around. And yeah, see this is, so the way like this bunker presents, I prefer this so much more to like the ones with, you know, just little bumps and stuff over. I just think this is it's a better look. And even like this little mound here, like it's not as crazy, or you know, having just like one mound, it just kind of, yeah. I think just the bunkers got a little too busy sometimes in places. So. Whereas this presents a lot nicer. Alright, so. Big punch bowl. The only thing with how this plays in game is like trying to run this on here, it's just as soon as you hit the green, it's gonna fly all the way to the very back of it, so I definitely want to just land it on the green. I actually think I remember the first time I played this hole. I tried to play it like the bump and runway, and I landed it short of the green, and it rolled all the way through the back of the green and up into the rough, and that was... A lot of that is just how this game plays, which is frustrating at times, but when we know the game plays like that, we do have to be a little mindful, which sucks. R4 here. Yeah. That little... I'm sure this is a product of having the tees right there for the next hole, but there's like a weird little trench off the side of that green, and I don't... Looks so... I don't know. It's not quite it for me. Yeah, I think just either smoothing it out, not having it, or mounting it up a little bit, or something, I don't know. I think subtlety can be a good thing, but sometimes you might try and get a little too clever. Not too clever, I don't know. It's good, I want more though. I guess that's the gist of that. The par 3 with the good lighting. Yeah, looks nice. It would be good. I probably would have I would have brought those tees just forward a little bit, just so you can see a bit more of that water off the tee. That'd be a good look, but yeah, I mean, it's a nice little postcard hole. Does what it needs to do. Alright, shorter par 5 here. Small green. Yep. Yeah, camber works. Again, hug that bunker. Hug the bunker, hold the fairway. I won't bring it up again, but yeah, just kind of the way these bunkers present as opposed to some of the other ones. I just, yeah, even like this back bunker, like I just think that presents so much nicer than kind of this really overworked kind of mounding on these. So that's all. I've said my bit. Alright, I'm trying to hit a partial. We've had, yeah, a couple par 5s now with very tiny greens on them. Which is fine, but just something to be aware of. Woo! And we're off. I'm just putting on an absolute putting clinic here. Yeah, short 4. I feel like we've got a bunch of them kind of in that like 350 range, which is fine. I feel we've had a lot of like 2-tier greens as well, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just remembering a couple of them. But yeah, this all works. Play closest to the ravine. Better angle, yada yada. I'm playing down into it now, so that works. I'll check the scorecard. I feel like the last par 3 we played was kind of similar in length. Oh, weird. On the scorecard, they're very different. Wonder where the waypoints were, maybe. That's what we had a front pin on that one, back pin on this one, so maybe they're a little different. Plus, this one plays a little downhill, so. Yeah, interesting mound on the right in front of this one. So it's nice we're playing down into the ravine as well. I don't think that's really happened yet either. So good bit of variety. Alright, 17, 18. So drivable for the longer hitters, I guess. But yeah. I don't love how that ravine edge presents there. I think it's both a combination of that's very bright, that color, and then just a little jagged than nothing, which Strikers kind of does, but it looks a little weird, if I'm being honest. Sorry, my guy. Just gonna bash it down there, see if we can get to that lower fairway. And we can. Decent little chip there. Alright, 18. Looks nice from the tee. And that bigger bunker presents nicely up by the green there. Just short of it. That's good. Alright, so again, hug these bunkers. Yeah. I think the land could have almost like done the opposite of what it's doing here. So if it would have kind of went down to this point instead of kind of starting up top here and going down, I think. So yeah, hugging those bunkers would be a little bit trickier. But I'm gonna hit a partial just because it's downwind. Oh, just kidding. Barely a partial. Good job, Matthew. You haven't looked at the clubhouse yet. Yeah, clubhouse is fine. Could use some flowers around here, for being honest. Pretty disappointed. Yeah, it's functional. I don't think that's where... You only really see it once, so you don't need to put all your meter into it. Alright. Light rough. Give it a go. Whee! Yeah. Good green to finish. Yeah. Fairway seems a little built up on this side. I think that could have just been smoothed out a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Minor thing. There you go. It's Beverly Shores from SlightlySaucy. He probably seemed a little bit critical at points there, but I think Saucy's one of those guys. He's been around for a bit, and I know he's always trying to get better and improve and hear stuff, so I think he'd probably want more of the critical feedback than just praise and stuff like that. So, but lots of good stuff. I think a lot is just kind of keep it simple. I guess keep it simple at times, and then you can do a little bit more at other times. So just kind of figuring out that balance, I guess, to kind of maximize your highs and lows throughout the round. So, but, no, good work there. I know it's a lot of effort getting those courses out, so thank you very much. And yeah, I'll be back probably tomorrow with a couple more playthroughs. So, good night, everyone.